Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Edu-spectra. So in our previous class we had discussed with the exercise number 2.1. So now today we will move on to a new topic, which is finding value of a polynomial at a particular value. Okay, so how will you find the value of a polynomial at a particular value? So let us understand it with the question. So the question is, let f of x be a polynomial 5x cube minus 2x square plus 3x minus 2. We have to find the value of this polynomial at x is equal to 1. Okay, what does this mean? When I say x is equal to 1, it means that you have to substitute this 1 over the every x present in the given equation, and we have to find the value. Okay, so they have given it to you x is equal to 1, which means we have to find the value of f of 1. Okay, we have to find the value of x and it takes the value 1. So f of 1 means 5 into 1 cube. Okay, wherever x is present we have to substitute it by 1. So 5 into 1 cube minus 2 into 1 square plus 3 into 1 minus 2. Okay. Now it is very easy for us to solve this out. So 5 into 1 cube we know it is 5 itself, minus 2 into 1 square it is 2 itself, plus 3 into 1 3 minus 2. Okay. Now we know 5 minus 2 is what? F of 1 is equal to, we know 5 minus 2 is 3 plus 3 minus 2 is 1. So we will get our value when x takes the value 1. Our polynomial's value will be equal to 3 plus 1 4. Okay, I hope it is clear. So whenever we are asked to find the value of a polynomial at x is equal to or y is equal to a particular value, just substitute whatever the value is given to you on your variable terms and you will get your answer at that point. Okay, I hope it is clear how to find the value. Okay, so now let's do our example number 2 to understand it much more better. Okay, so our first question is 5x square minus 3x plus 7 at x is equal to 1. So I have told you, you have been given f of x is equal to 5x square minus 3x plus 7. You have to find the value at 1, which means you have to find f of 1. So f of 1 is equal to, substitute this value of x everywhere. So 5 into 1 square minus 3 into 1 plus 7. Okay, now you can just do it. 5 into 1 is 5 minus 3 plus 7. We know f of 1 is equal to, so we will get f of 1 is equal to 5 minus 3, we know it is 2 plus 7. So we will get f of 1 is equal to 9. Okay, so this is the value of the polynomial at x is equal to 1. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, our second one is q of y is equal to 3y cube minus 4y plus root 11 when y is equal to 2. Okay, so here also what should we do? We have been given to you q of y. So we have to substitute the value of this 2 in all the variables present over here. So we will get q of 2 is equal to, okay, 3 into 2 cube minus 4 into 2 plus root 11. Okay, now we can just solve this. So we will get q at the value 2 is equal to 3 into 2 cube, we know it is 8, minus 4 8s are, we know 4 2s are, it is 8 plus root 11. Okay, so q of 2 is equal to 3 8s are, we know 24 minus 8 plus root 11. So we will get q of 2 is equal to 24 minus 8, we know it is 16 plus root 11. Okay, this is your final answer that you will get when y is equal to 2. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, So our next one is p of t is equal to 4t raised to 4 plus 5t cube minus p square plus 6 at t is equal to a. Okay, that is the question, and t is equal to a. Okay, so this is a very simple question. We just have to substitute this a over here. We don't have to solve and all over here. So p of a is equal to 4 into a raised to 4 plus 5 into a the whole cube minus a square plus 6. Okay, wherever t is there, just substitute it with this a. Okay, so now nothing else to do over here. This is your final answer. Okay, so now let's see, what do you mean by the zeros of a polynomial, or we can call it as the root of the polynomial. Okay, so zeros of the polynomial means, zero means the value of x at which the polynomial will become 0. Okay, so let us understand it with the example. Okay, so if I am given a polynomial, p of x is equal to x minus 1. So now what value should I substitute to this x so that I get my polynomial's value equal to 0? Okay, just see over here. If I put x is equal to 1 over here. Okay, if I substitute x is equal to 1. So what will I get over here? 1 minus 1. So 1 minus 1 we got it as 0. So I will get p of x is equal to 0. So my polynomial now became 0. So the value at which the polynomial becomes 0, that means this 1. Okay, this 1 that I have written over here is the 0 or root of this polynomial. Okay, so that is what we call it. The value at which the polynomial becomes 0 is called as the 0 or root of the polynomial. Now, if I ask you to find the 0 of this polynomial, what will be the 0 of this polynomial? Yes, we know 2 minus 2 is 0. So I can put x is equal to 2. So I will get 2 minus 2. So I will get f of x is equal to 2 minus 2 is 0. So here what is this 0 of the polynomial? The 0 of the polynomial is 2. Okay, so that is the meaning of zeros of the polynomial. The value of x at which the polynomial, the entire polynomial's value become 0 is called as 0 of the polynomial. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Okay, so now let's understand the zeros of a polynomial with our example question. Okay, the example number 3 is, check whether minus 2 and 2 are, whether they are the zeros of the polynomial p of x is equal to x plus 2. Okay, so we know, what do you mean by zeros of the polynomial? Zeros means the value at which this entire thing becomes 0. So what should we do over here? They have given to you that this and this is the 0 of the polynomial. So the first thing that you should do is substitute these values to this x and see whether this p of x is becoming 0 or not. So if it becomes p of x becomes 0, that means if the value of the polynomial becomes 0, then definitely whatever given to you is the root or the 0 of the polynomial. So first of all, let us take p of minus 2. Okay, first of all I am taking p of minus 2. So when I take p of minus 2, I have to substitute minus 2 over here. So minus 2 plus 2. So we know minus 2 plus 2 is what? 0. So I will get p of minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so I substituted and got my polynomial as 0. So I told you, if the value that you are substituting, if you after substituting the value, if you are getting the answer as 0, then we can say that minus 2 is the root or the 0 of the polynomial. Okay, so you can write minus 2 is the 0 or the root of the polynomial. Now so now let's see the case with p of 2. Okay, so now let's see whether p of 2 is the polynomial or not. So I am taking p of 2. So when I say p of 2 is equal to, I have to substitute this value of 2 on this x over here. So I will get 2 plus 2. So we got p of 2 is equal to 2 plus 2 is what? 4. Okay, we got p of 2 is equal to 4. Okay, so according to our condition, if it is the 0 of the polynomial, we should have got the answer equal to 0, but we didn't get our answer equal to 0. So what does that mean? It means that this 2 is not the 0 of the polynomial. Okay, 2 is not the 0. So you can conclude and write. Okay, basically you should be knowing that whenever you substitute the value, if the value of the polynomial is becoming 0, then definitely it will be the 0 of the polynomial. Like when we substituted minus 2, we got minus 2 plus 2, we got the value of polynomial equal to 0, which means that it is the minus 2 is definitely the 0 of this polynomial. Similarly, when we did p of 2, we got 2 plus 2, 4. It is not equal to 0. If it is not equal to 0, definitely it means that 2 is not the 0 of the polynomial. So you can write the answer as minus 2 is the 0 of the polynomial, but 2 is not the 0 of the given polynomial. Okay, you can conclude like that. Okay, I hope it is clear. So now our example number 4 is, they are asking you to find the 0 of the polynomial p of x is equal to 2x plus 1. Okay, so now they have given you the reverse. They have given you the polynomial and asking you to find the 0. Okay, so if it was a simple questions like p of x is equal to x minus 1, we know that if we put this x as 1, we will get 1 minus 1 0. But for your exams, a little more complicated types of polynomial will be given to you. So it might be difficult for you to predict what will be the 0 of the polynomial. So when such type of questions come, what you should be knowing is, we know that the value of the polynomial, if it should have a 0, definitely the polynomial should be equal to 0, right? So I can write this p of x. We know if we want to find the value of x, the polynomial should be 0. So what should I do is, I should write 2x plus 1. I wrote this polynomial and then equating it to 0. If the value should be equal to 0, so we are substituting this 2x plus 1 to 0. So now from here, it is very easy for us to just solve by our linear equation and find the value of x. So from here we will get 2x is equal to minus 1. This I am taking to the other side. So from here I will get x is equal to minus 1 by 2. Okay. So this is my 0 of the polynomial. You can just verify and see. How can you verify? Just substitute this value over here and just see whether you are getting p of x is equal to 0 or the value of polynomial equal to 0. So 2 into minus 1 by 2 plus 1. So this 2 and this 2 cancels, and what is left with us? Minus 1 plus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 is what? 0. Okay, so definitely x is equal to minus 1 by 2 is the 0 of the polynomial. So you can write this as the answer. Okay, so this is the way in which whatever polynomial is given to you, just put equal to 0, and just like how you solve a linear equation, just find the value of x. Okay, that at that value will be the 0 of the polynomial. Okay, I hope it is clear. So here itself, this is one method to do this question. Okay, so there is another method also, and the other method you can only use if the given polynomial is a linear polynomial. Okay, that means it is of the form p of x is equal to ax plus b. We have learned about linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial and all. So if the given polynomial is of the form ax plus b, then only we can use the other method. So if it is the linear polynomial, the value of x will be x is equal to minus b by a. Okay, this you can just remember it as a formula. Okay, x is equal to minus b by a. Okay, now we can just see over here p of x is equal to 2x plus 1. So here if you see, this is 2x plus 1. So if we compare it with the general term, so this 2 will be a, this x will be x plus, and this 1 will be b. So what is our formula? X is equal to minus b by a. So here what is this minus b? Our b over here, so I will just write it for you. In this equation, a is equal to 2, x is x itself, and b is equal to 1. So if I say x is equal to minus b by a, b is equal to 1, so I will get minus 1 divided by a is what? A is 2. Okay, so here also we will get our answer as minus 1 by 2. Okay, this is a much more simpler formula than equating it to 0 and all. If you remember this, and if you just compare your given polynomial with your general equation, you can easily find the answer. That okay, so it is always good if you remember this. X is equal to minus b by a. But one thing that you should remember is this formula is only applicable for linear polynomial. Okay, so you can just note it down. Okay. Now let's move on to example number 5. The question is p of x is equal to x square minus 2x. We have to check whether this 2 and 0 are the zeros of the polynomial. Okay, so what should we do over here? First of all, let us see whether 2 is the 0 of the polynomial. Okay, so when x is equal to 2, let's see. So when I say x is equal to 2, just substitute this 2 over here and see whether you are getting 0. Okay, so p of 2 is equal to 2 square minus 2 into 2. So I will get p of 2 is equal to 2 square is 4, 2 into 2 is 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. So I will get p of 2 is equal to 0. So what does that mean? It means that 2 is the 0 of the polynomial. That's why we got the final value as 0. Okay, so you can conclude 2 is the 0 of the polynomial given to you. Okay, now let's see it. X is equal to 0. So if I say x is equal to 0, I should write p of 0 is equal to 0 square minus 2 into 0. Substitute this 0 in place of x. So here I will get 0 square means 0, minus 2 into 0 again 0. So I will get over here p of 0 is equal to 0. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that 0, this 0 is also the 0 of the polynomial. 0 is the root or 0 of this polynomial. Now if you see, in our previous questions and all, we had got only 1 0. Now why did we get here 2 zeros of the polynomial? It's because this is a quadratic polynomial. Usually quadratic polynomial has 2 zeros of the polynomial. Okay, we can just substitute and verify whether the given values are the zeros of the polynomial. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Okay, so now here is a small note that you can make a note of. The first point is constant polynomial do not have any zeros or roots of the polynomial. Like we cannot say there is a particular 0 for a constant polynomial. Okay, that is your first note. The second note is every real number is a 0 of 0 polynomial. So we know 0 polynomial means what? F of x is equal to 0. So every real number is a 0 of 0 polynomial. You can make a note of these 2 points. Okay. Okay, so I hope you understood all the things that we have discussed in our class today. Okay, so now let us meet in our next class with our exercise questions. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.